Kenny Clark, and this is Lombardi's Bar.
This is one of my favorite podcasts to do.
I'm just, just as thankful to be a part of this podcast. It's a great podcast, it's a great interview.
Maybe I know that you guys obviously being the best Packers podcast that's out there.
I had Malort this weekend, so I'm not tasting anything.
Oh, good.
He did.
God.
He did. That was fantastic.
Because it said, "Did you ever try Malort?" And I said no. And it said, "Do you want to take a shot of Malort?" I said no, but I did.
Wait, who said
It's called peer pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried getting a high honors English class once. They called my parents and were like, "Hey, just tell him he can't do it."
It shows. It really shows.
I hate you guys so much.
I'm going to throw these two guys into the screen so that if I die, they can carry on the legacy of crap that is this show.
And hello again for one final time in the 20s, everybody. Welcome into Lombardi's Bar. I am your bartender, Dan Kotnick. Thank you so much for taking the time again on this Wednesday to hang out with us as we talk a little Green Bay Packers and NFL football in general. Maybe a little life, maybe a little love. Who knows? We'll throw it all in here. It's a little hodgepodge. It's kind of like the last day of school. We'll sign each other's yearbooks. We'll all move on happy into the great unknown of the offseason. Thanks again for watching. If you have not done so already, make sure you go onto the YouTube channel, subscribe so you get notified every time that we go live here on Game On Wisconsin. Like I said, it'll be the last time that we go live for a little while. We'll be going on, a couple more times in the offseason. So make sure that you follow us over on Twitter at Lombardi's Bar so you can see when we're going to go live throughout the regular season. If you are in the Midwest, hopefully you're staying cool, staying dry. I know a lot of snow. Todd Varney, coming back from the warm weather to all this crap. Are you back in the good old Midwest, Todd? Are you?
No, I am.
Any snow?
I am out in
nonsense?
Phoenix still, enjoying the moderate temperatures out here. Unfortunately, it hit 60 for the first time today since I've been here. A cool 60. So not to sound like a spoiled Midwestern brat out here, but it's 55 in the desert is just too cold. That's not what I'm out here for.
So you're playing baseball out in Arizona, right?
Yep.
What time are you waking up for fantasy camp?
So that wrapped up last week. But I typically getting up like around 6:30.
So what's the temperature at 6:30 in Arizona?
Cold.
Are you like freezing temperatures at that point?
Mid 30s, low 40s.
How are you playing baseball? How are you doing baseball at that time?
It usually like you're hitting 50 by the time you're getting out on the field.
Okay.
So the sun's up and it's all right. Stay moving.
Okay.
As long as there's not a breeze. If it's windy, just
you can hear it. There's somebody driving by on a snowmobile back and forth, I think. It's a snowmobile or it's a really, really shitty snow blower.
What up, Detroit?
Let's get a guy in here who has never left the Midwest in his entire life, Jimmy Christensen. Jimmy, how are you doing, sir?
Except that time when he moved for like 6 months to Georgia.
For 2 days.
Shit.
And when he played professional football in China.
It was not
That's
professional.
true. Right.
I played football there. I wasn't a professional.
Did you get paid?
He got a ring.
I got free beer from our sponsor.
There.
He got a ring from Jostens.
I got a ring from some cheap ass place. I got it somewhere in here. I don't know where. But yeah, I'm good. My light just went out for some reason, but I'm golden.
Everything seems to be working fine.
Unfortunately for us.
No, it's just like the light on my little camera, not like the ceiling lights.
Oh, good. So nothing that we could see or really affected anybody but you.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yep, correct. Yeah, I didn't have to say anything, but
Cool.
I did. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Well, the light on your microphone's on.
It's never too early to kill the show, Jimmy.
Oh, thanks.
Guys, how are you handling? How did you experience the first 2 weeks of playoffs with zero Packer interest in it at all?
It was.
I loved it.
It was nice. Like I didn't have a weekend just absolutely fucking ruined by the Packers.
Yeah.
Like I just got to watch the games, enjoy how they went. Had no stake. The only game I actually cared about was the Giants beating the Vikings. Like that was the first. That was the only game I was actively rooting for a team. Besides that, it was just enjoying games. It was as much as I wish the Packers were in there. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's been great for me. I haven't watched any football. I said while I was on my way home from the beating that the Packers took from the Lions in week 18, I said I'm really looking forward to not watching football for the rest of the season. And so far, it's been great.
But you're going to watch the Super Bowl, right?
I mean, if it's on somewhere, I don't.
If it's on somewhere.
You're going to come to my sister's house again this year?
I haven't got the invite, so probably not.
This is me inviting you. I just thought of it.
I'm busy.
Dan, you can drive over from Michigan. It's not that far.
I'd love to come hang out with you and your sister.
Cool. I'll tell you it's not a party when it really is, so you don't feel pressured.
Okay, good. I personally, I'm with Jimmy. The one game I actually legitimately went into the game with like almost the same feeling that I get when I'm going into a Packer game, like a Packer playoff game, was Vikings Giants. Like I legitimately was like nervous, upset watching that game, emotionally involved because I could not watch that happen. And there was no sweeter nectar than listening to Vikings fans just go through their emotions on Twitter and social media after that game. There was nothing better.
My favorite part is like Danny Dimes just destroyed you. Like that was the best part. He played a great game. He looked like Michael Vick. He threw the ball. He threw the ball so well. Like it was just a little bit. It was perfect.
That's facts, Matt. Big facts.
Okay, I don't want to have this argument every time. I went to the store purposely and bought 2 boxes because you were coming over thinking you have some. It's not my fault.
And then didn't offer me any the first
I
time
literally
was at your
said
house.
to you, I bought this because you were coming. I told you. I showed it to you.
And then like 3 hours later, poured yourself a bowl. Okay. Anyways.
That cereal story, I think, is as old as the show. I think that was one of the first stories.
Yeah,
that ever
and he's
came
still
up
not
on the
over
show.
it. When you come into my house, go through my stuff, take what you want, make what you want. I'm not a 70-year-old. I'm not gonna get cranky if you make.
When
yourself
you
a bowl
come
of
to my
cereal.
house, Jimmy, leave. Okay.
Pretty offensive. All right.
Yeah. No, it was great to see the Vikings lose. I think we discussed it briefly of like, do you want to see them get to the cusp? Because there is something enjoyable about watching your rival get to the cusp and then lose. And I think with the Vikings, some years, yes, but this year, because they were so full of themselves that they weren't a fraudulent team, it was great to see them lose in the division or no wild card round, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, wild card.
Yeah, see them just fumble it right there and just know like, yeah, no, that's actually who you were this season. Good job. You won a weak North division and then pissed down your leg in the wild card round.
Yeah, it only works. Getting to the cusp thing only works is if you fail miserably.
Yeah.
At the cusp. Like if you were like the Bengals last year where you make it to the Super Bowl and you put up a good fight and you come down, it comes down to like the very end and you just didn't have that last little bit, that you can at least kind of hang your hat on and say like, oh, we did our best. We gave it 110% or whatever. But if you get to the cusp, it needs to be 2014 NFC Championship game failure for it to be worth it for me there.
The Vikings were honestly just the Packers of last year, though. Like,
oh yeah,
I shouldn't say last year. They were the Packers of last like 3 years, getting so fucking close, and then they didn't even get close. More so last year, just like your first playoff game, you get beat by a team you should have beat. So it's just, like as much as I loved it that the Vikings lost, it's also like, well, shit, that was us. That has been us since 2010.
The Packers are just pros at edging.
And then that's why I stick around. It's my kink.
Speaking of edging, we've got a comment here from Kelsey.
Yeah, that is. But I'm not like Dan. I drove a hard bargain.
You didn't drive a hard bargain. You just said no, and he came back to you. I also said no.
That's called a hard bargain.
I'm a little upset now that I was not offered the $30 version of Mason Crosby because I maybe would have said yes.
Well,
maybe
you're a big dumb bitch. I don't know what to tell you.
Just a heads up, Danny.
I'll show you.
They are bib overalls, and they are so far up his ass.
Yeah, because I was sitting.
Are you going to
down.
show the wedgie? Are you going to show the
I'm
wedgie?
Pull them down. I'm showing
Turn
off
around.
the fanny pack. They're tie-dye overalls.
Let me see what that thing do. Yeah, good job pulling that out finally.
So
Show
much
me
for
what
the
that thing
OnlyFans.
do. Hey,
I
I
think
charge
it's so
for that
far up
content.
your ass you could taste it
First of all, I couldn't taste it because I use non-scent.
because you've had
detergent.
COVID 25 times and have no
No.
sense of taste.
Never lost my taste. I ain't an idiot. I got the lesser of the COVIDs. Yeah, but no, I did have a wedgie when I stood up before. I'm sorry you guys had to see that.
Be hanging.
Don't apologize to me. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You guys want to buy around?
I mean, I kind of want to prolong this. I don't want the show to be over. This is my favorite show to do, and it sucks. We have to always take this break, but there's also not shit to talk about. We just be coming on here acting like morons every hour, talk for an hour every week.
We would just spend the next 3 months arguing about whether or not Jimmy was definitely in the wrong or most definitely in the wrong, not offering me a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was not. Also, I feel like we would just mainly make fun of Dan for January 6th and just run that joke into the ground.
Because we haven't already.
Yeah, we haven't already. It's still fine.
It's alive and well at
The
this
horse is already dead.
No.
And we continue to beat it.
No, sir. No, sir.
You're crazy.
So, Jimmy, who'd you like to buy around for?
I'm buying around, and this is me manifesting. I'm buying around for this man, Mason Crosby, and Aaron Rodgers. Because you guys had a great run with the Packers. I loved it. I cherished it. It's been a great 16 years, however long Aaron's been on the team, whatever. But I hope you enjoy either retirement or another team you're going to, because it is time to move on. So I'll buy you your last round on the team, and then you get on that plane and go whatever city you need to go to.
So you're anti-Randall Cobb then? What did he do to you?
He can come back if he wants, I guess. I forgot about him. Randall, you can join that list too. I'll buy you another drink.
Wow,
to
Jimmy
retirement.
forgetting about Randall Cobb. Okay.
My bad.
That's rude.
I'll buy you one too. You guys all ride off into retirement.
No,
even though Crosby
you
said
hate
the other
Randall
day-
Cobb. You hate Randall Cobb.
I don't hate Randall Cobb. Do I think he was a waste of a roster spot? A little bit. But I was glad he's on the team. Like, it was a cool story.
Wow. It's a little
Oh,
spicy.
fuck off. Yeah, Randall Cobb on our team the last 2 years has been a huge difference maker.
Yeah. He's helped.
You're so full of shit right now. We both know it.
The number of injuries that this team has had at wide receiver, they've needed
He's
somebody.
half of those injuries. He's half of them.
No. I'll go next. I'm going to buy a round for
Yeah,
Jordan
because you
Love.
know you're wrong. So you moved on.
No, because I don't want to sit here and go in circles with this because you hate Randall Cobb. That's just.
I
a
don't
dick
hate
move.
Randall Cobb. It's
You wish
great
he
he's
never
on the
came
team the last
back.
couple years.
You wish he
Oh,
never came back to the
fuck off.
team, and you think that
I'm not
we
gonna
probably
go
would have won
that
a
far,
Super Bowl if he wasn't here. So no, that's your
Okay,
sure.
the first part of coming back to the team, I would have been cool if he did it. The second part about this,
I'm gonna go with Jordan Love. It's gonna be just another shit show of an offseason for him, unfortunately. The shots that he takes simply just for getting drafted, completely undeserved. The guy's done nothing except be a professional for the last 3.5 years. Like, he's got to do it again. And it's one of those things where, like, if he wanted to speak up, I think a lot of people would go, yeah, no, you've earned the right. He requested trade. Absolutely, dude. You've been here, you've done it. You've sat there and just waited. And at some point, like, everybody snaps at some point. And shout out to him for doing a great job, for hanging out. Hopefully he, his future goes well, whether it's here or somewhere else. But shout out to him. I'll buy him one for another long season and another wild off season for him, I'm sure.
All right. So if he requests a trade and says either start me or trade me, and you're Brian, what do you do?
And Rodgers is coming, unless Rodgers is coming back, they're
Right.
not going to.
Rodgers said he wants to come back. What do you do?
I think you trade him.
Yeah, if you got someone, I think at this point you have someone willing to at least give up a single first round pick for Aaron Rodgers. Bye.
Yeah,
Wait,
I think said yes last year.
Are you saying trade Rodgers or trade Love, Todd?
The question you asked was if Love requested.
I know, but then
trade.
Dan said I would trade Rodgers for it first. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers gets traded. I feel like we're at that point of this saga where, like Dan's mentioned before, Goody drafted Love for a reason. There's a plan in place, and he's strayed from that plan for a few years now. And at some point, he's got to decide if he's just going to completely eat that one or what his move is from there. So I think if it comes down to a Goody decision, I think Rodgers is out. I also think you're going to get more for him than you would for Love. And I think if Love says trade me, whatever, he doesn't really have a huge leg to stand on there, because what else are they going to do? You're under contract and they can option you for that 5th year. But I think that just ensures that, okay, when it comes time to extend or, re-sign, I'm out. I'm not going to be here for that. If they do him dirty that way. So that's my guess.
I said I think I tweeted this out too. I think it's just more of a risk trading Love and not finding out what you have in him than trading Rodgers, who at most you get 2 years. And if you put anything like you did this year, I know you can say the broken thumb, the rib injury, whatever, but at the end of the year, he didn't have any of that shit. And the Lions game couldn't do shit. So I think I feel like you have to just see what you have in Love. You took a first rounder, you drafted him in the first round, traded up for him. You have to see it out, I think, at this point. Because at worst, then you just realize, oh, this didn't work. We need to move on. But if you never know, I think that hangs over your head a little bit more. Oh, thank you for that, gospel choir. I appreciate it. Lord.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just want to see what Love is. I want to see.
I want to see what Love is for sure.
I want to know what love is.
I've been working on finding out how to give and receive. So
we said I love you to each other 2 days ago.
Yeah, that wasn't awkward.
Oh yeah, it was like a 20-second pause after that, no talking. It was very uncomfortable for a little bit.
I'm going to go off the wall here a little bit, and I'm going to buy a round for Adam Schefter. You dirty little slut. Welcome back. Welcome back to the offseason, because it would not be a Green Bay Packers offseason with your bitch ass not lurking around the Twitter sphere here. So welcome back. I'm glad to see that you're doing the same old that you've been doing the last, heck, what has it been now? Three years now? 3 years? That ever since
I'm not going to math. I'm not going to math. Refuse to.
2021's about 2 years now. Ever since that first stupid tweet of him saying that, that Rodgers is ready to go, blah, 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 whatever. Admit it, everybody. Adam Schefter is the heel that we all need in this saga online.
But he was right. So is there also some truth to what he's saying right now with all of this? Because at the end, as frustrating as it was, there was truth to it.
Who knows? I don't care. All I know is that he's a perfect monolith of a villain in this whole thing. And I'm glad to see that we weren't even past the wild card round before we were getting the Adam Schefter, Aaron Rodgers tweets. So kudos, Adam. I'm glad to see that you're earning the paycheck, buddy.
Also,
I would like to point out that I did outscoop him on Tom Brady
He did.
Miami situation.
yeah.
So
Listen to On Brand Off Topic.
eat my ass, Shefty.
Yeah. Eat a dick. Let me address this real quick. Well, Emma, he on draft day, he said like Rodgers unhappy, you might want to trade. And there was all that stuff like, will he come back? Will he not come back? And then he skipped all the OTAs, all that stuff, and then had that press conference of how he was upset with the Packers. So like there was truth to it. It just was like, it wasn't an exact report. It was just all the accumulation of the information he had. And he made
An accumulation of sources.
made a educated guess, and he was right. So suck it, Emma, in your face.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Some
I'm
fucking
going right
respect.
at her. Going right at her. I'm just kidding,
Emma.
Emma. Love you, Emma. I'm sorry.
Emma was probably one of the 7 people that voted in our Lombardi.
Yeah, and I love
700.
Emma. And I
700, Dan. We're very popular.
Yeah,
Mm.
1,000 maybe. Also,
Right.
it wasn't probably for me, so I'm gonna be aggressive. But Emma, I really love you. I appreciate you supporting the show.
I don't think you do.
I do. I'll write her a handwritten note and mail it to Florida.
Pickett is spot on here. Yeah, he was right, but he's also still an asshole. Yeah.
Correct. But I feel like, Todd, you should tweet out the video or the audio of you saying that Tom Brady stuff and just let everybody know that you beat Schefter and everybody else.
Maybe Rappaport will credit you on NFL Network like he
Think
did
about it.
BP.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how ambitious I am after this.
You want me to do it for you?
Clip the audio and send it to me.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. Hey, Matt, can you clip the audio and send it to Todd? Because I'm not going to.
Yeah, just text it to me. Thanks.
All right, Todd. Let's jump to pay the tab here. Who needs to pay the tab for you?
I'm going to go with Matt LaFleur, keeping the coaching staff the same, rolling into an offseason again that, you know, you had a big letdown at the end of the year. I mean, unfortunately, this year, the whole year was a letdown, but another disappointing finish to the season, not getting where they want to be, and you're going to run it back with the coaching staff. Looking at the cap situation, you're most likely running it back with the whole team as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he approaches the offseason, how he goes through it, and what kind of changes he makes. Because I think we can all agree, like, as far as a play caller goes, like, he's got some deficiencies, and he tends to get in his own way. And I just hope that he can, you know, kind of take the Mike McCarthy approach and really dive in and reassess yourself and go to create your own football school. And maybe his will actually be successful and he'll learn something in it, unlike fucking mashed potato Mike, and just going and shitting yourself every other day.
Go to football school.
Isn't that what McCarthy called it?
Basically.
I know.
Yeah,
I know he
did.
went to some like PFF bullshit, but
No,
No,
I
he
don't
like-
even think he did that. I
No,
think
he like
just-
had his own
Yeah.
that he was like
I thought
bringing
he
in
went-
coaches and studying the game in
he
his
just,
fucking
like-
basement.
Yeah.
I'm sure his wife every day was at the top of the steps like, Mike, it's time for dinner. Come up. I'm worried about you. And he was just fucking weird mad scientist in the basement. Just
Cooking
I'll
up
be,
that.
I'll be up in a minute. Calm
He's
down.
got mustard stains on his shirt.
I'm trying to figure out how to put Ezekiel
He doesn't-
Elliott at center.
He doesn't own a shirt without a mustard stain.
Jesus.
He just has mustard colored shirts that he wears at home.
Yeah, they all used to be white. Just all
No,
stained
no,
it out.
his wife finally just started buying him mustard color so that she doesn't have to worry about the stains coming out.
I could see it, honestly. It makes sense. I'll jump in. I don't think I've done this before, but I have to make myself pay the tab, which there's probably multiple times I could have done this. Today on Twitter, I felt so bad because
You're an idiot.
yeah, I was. So obviously best friend of the show, Wes Hockowitz, is a big UFC fan. So anytime there's a UFC event, me and him message each other predicting who's going to win.
Poor
And he,
Wes.
the last few times he mentions he'll text Big Dog and get his, because Mercedes Lewis is a big UFC fan, get his predictions, let me know. And so Mercedes put something out on Twitter about asking him for a favor. So I commented, like, he's talking about you, Wes. Stop asking him who you should bet on for UFC fights. Little did I know, NFL employees are not allowed to bet on UFC fights. And so he messaged me. He's like, Jimmy, I can't bet on fights. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. So I feel like a dick because I thought they just couldn't bet on NFL fight or NFL games. I didn't know it went over all sports.
You're gonna get Wes a 1-year suspension, dude.
How the fuck was I? Why?
He would have so
First
much
of all,
more free time to come on the show. He could replace Jimmy after we fire him for getting Wes suspended.
Why can't he bet on other sports? That doesn't
Because
make
it's a
sense to me.
stupid fucking rule, and you
Okay,
can't.
so why should I know that? If it's a stupid rule,
Because
why should I know
everybody
that?
knows it.
No, I knew he shouldn't bet on NFL games because he works for the NFL. What the fuck does that have to do with the UFC? Zero.
You can't bet on sports.
Live and learn. So I felt really bad. I deleted it and I said sorry. So we're all good though. He'll come on again. But I almost ruined that.
Fucking moron.
This is a dumb rule.
I was very
Agreed.
interested to see where that was going to go when I saw that Jimmy was putting himself as the. And I never could have thought that it was going to go that way, but I'm so happy that it did.
I don't know why I'm surprised that I'm upset with him after it.
I don't know either. It was an innocent mistake. Who would have known?
Because we love Wes and we don't want Wes to get fired.
Okay, but did you guys seriously know they couldn't bet on any sports?
Yes, professional athletes can't bet on.
Okay,
any
first of all,
sport.
I love Wes, but he is not a professional athlete.
Well, sorry, you lump them in as employees of the team.
No, Jimmy has a point there. Nothing Wes does has any outcome on the on-field
No, agree.
activity.
Well, I don't agree because I think Wes probably controls everything.
I think
that's fair, but
Jimmy,
nothing with the UFC or if he wants to bet in the NBA.
I was speaking universally. I think Wes probably controls everything in the universe.
Illuminati.
Wes is probably, he would know if time's real or not because Wes probably controls time.
Honestly, Wes might be God.
Did you guys hear the Earth's core has slowed down its rotation? We're fucked. I thought time's not real. The Earth's core isn't rotating like it
Didn't
used
it
to.
stop completely?
No.
It'll start rotating the other way most likely.
What does that do to us?
We can only hope.
Nothing really.
It just means that we have sun at night, and in the morning time it gets dark.
I honestly were hoping we just all
Best
end the show.
Best case
just end
scenario.
everything.
Yeah.
Could be like The Core.
That was a good
The
movie.
Core.
That was a good movie.
I've never seen it. I've only heard recaps of it, so I've actually seen
Spoiler: Homeboy dies at the end.
I
Sacrifices himself.
Aaron Eckhart, the main guy. Aaron Eckhart, the main guy.
One of them. I watched it years ago. One of them.
Okay.
One of them kills themselves. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. Todd's checking his phone as Matt told him to. So let's hear it. Todd, put it. Let's get the clip.
Call your mom again. Let's get her on Lombardi's bar and on brand off topic. Yeah, he called him because I have my sausage night.
She's a busy lady. I can't. I was surprised she was taking my call. Actually, here.
Ooh, hold on. Little spicy inside info here. I have a source that tells me Tom Brady was touring schools for his boys in Miami this week, and is paying like $70,000 a month for a little temporary living situation.
There it is. Thanks, Matt. That was me Monday night with the scoop.
It was.
No big deal.
Look at that. Suck it, Schefter. Yeah, one of those
dirty
two.
slut.
You're in my world now.
Yeah, tell him to eat your ass again, Todd.
Eat my ass. I didn't like it the first time. I didn't like it the second time either.
Yeah, honestly, it got worse.
Yeah,
My
it's not.
opinion.
That's not a thing I say. I'm not comfortable.
You
with
said it like a 7-year-old who just learned the phrase.
Eat my ass, Dad.
Eat my ass, Dad.
Wow, I don't know.
Oh, so sorry. So sorry.
I wasn't even going there.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But yeah, my dad is dead. Thanks.
Matt says there's another clip he sent you, Todd.
I'm gonna.
Let's get to the next.
I play this.
You
Let's
listen.
get to the
You
next
listen.
fire round or pay the
You
tab.
preview the clip, and I'll go in here on my pay the tab. and it's for Cincinnati Bengals fans. I grew up around the Dayton, Cincinnati area. I've grown up around Bengals fans. And I can probably say definitively they are one of the worst fan bases in all of sports. They have been irrelevant to the game of football since the early 90s, up until last year.
But they've been like the Vikings, though. They get to the playoffs and can't do anything. Because they had a stretch where they were good. They just couldn't win in the playoffs.
Exactly,
like
Cincinnati.
Exactly
The point. You're fucking nothing. You made it to one goddamn Super Bowl in almost 2 generations of football. And now I have to sit on Twitter and watch all of you act as if the NFL has some sort of vendetta against you because they would prefer Buffalo. I mean, I'm seeing legitimate Cincinnati reporters, like not just radio people, but like reporters talking about how the NFL has a secret coup to keep the Bengals out of the playoffs, and Mike Brown or whoever their fucking coach is, I don't know, Rent-A-Center Matt LaFleur, whoever
Zach
it is.
Taylor.
What is it?
Zach Taylor.
He's some like he's fucking Donald Trump showing us the curtain behind the machine. He's gonna show us everything. Oh, Zach Taylor's taking on the whole NFL, and they really handed it to the NFL by beating Buffalo. And then all the people legitimately, I know Jimmy was kidding about it earlier, but legitimately saying that they put in a clone, a stand-in for DeMar. What was his last? I can't remember his last name. Hamilton. Hamlin. Put in a stand-in for DeMar Hamlin to pump up the crowd. Oh, and they used him at the exact right time that they. Oh,
all right. I'm sorry to cut you off. We got to stop whispering because I had to take my headphones off for some reason. Made me very uncomfortable. You're whispering. Really?
Sorry.
Hey, Jimmy, I felt someone's behind my neck. I don't like this.
Jimmy, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Nope.
Here, while we've got
I can handle that first. And I was like, damn.
Shut up, Jimmy. I said, while we've got a moment.
Go ahead, Todd. The floor is yours.
Yeah, if you could show me your sausage, that'd be great.
Seriously, yeah, it's not that big, man.
I was talking about the summer sausage that is this big. It's normal summer sausage is this big. Mine, the kind that
can continue.
Oh, that was it. Fuck Cincinnati.
Okay, that's fair.
That was good. You had a great thing. I just don't know why, but I felt like you were right behind me, like whispering on my neck.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt right. It felt like
it was perfect.
I was trying
It was definitely uncomfortable though.
I wanted you to feel something. I was trying to get you out of that.
I don't know if you guys were watching the viewer count during that, but it was dropping significantly.
It went from 1,000 to 13.
Yeah.
Math.
Yeah.
We're all rooting against the 49ers though, right? Out of anybody, I'd rather see anybody but the 49ers win.
I don't know, man. I'm pro Brock Purdy on this one. I don't even get
I don't know why we let him talk. Like
I mystery relevant takes it. I hate the 49ers, but it's a cool story. But this is the thing. Whoever wins that game, I'm cool with, and I hope they win the Super Bowl. Like if the Eagles win, I'm on their side. If the 49ers win, I'm on their side.
I need it to be Eagles, Chiefs. So I can not have to root against anybody and just enjoy a Super Bowl. I don't remember the last time I got to just enjoy a Super Bowl without having to root against somebody. It's been a while.
But why do we have to root against the 49ers?
Why do you have so much hate in your heart, Dan? Why do you always have to find somebody
I am fueled by hate.
Well, yeah, most people are. But at this point, why do we have to hate the 49ers? Because the Packers just don't show up in that moment.
No,
that's the thing. I don't get.
No. This goes back before my time. This goes back decades now.
You're holding your older generation's grudges. That
Yes.
Terrell
Why
Owens
do you
fumble.
think? Why do you think I had children?
Dan, how often do you see a therapist?
Yeah, I got a good one. Her name's
I had
Kate.
been.
She is great.
I had been seeing a therapist for a little bit. I am
I mean,
no longer
up
doing
the
that.
one, good for you. Congrats. That's a big
Thank you.
step.
I did it. Yeah.
2, go ahead and up the frequency of those a little bit. We've got some digging to do.
Maybe once a week.
Yeah, at least.
Maybe twice.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, every other Friday.
Emma is my therapist.
Okay,
Because
but
they suck.
why? I don't know. Like right now, it's
Amen.
the Packers couldn't beat them. Yeah, Jerry Rice fumbled. That was a long time ago. But the thing is, like right now, it's not. I'm not gonna hate the team because the Packers can't step up and beat them. We should have beat them.
That's
Packers
not the
didn't.
reason. That's not the reason. The reason is they suck. They're a suck franchise from suck years ago, and they will always suck, and I will never fucking root for them. I will never be okay with them winning anything.
I'm all in on this Mr. Irrelevant thing. I think it's great. I'm all for this storyline. Keep pushing it. He should not be in Rookie of the Year. That's ridiculous. But if he wins a Super Bowl, that's a cool story.
Yes, cool story. Was it a cool story when Tom Brady won a Super Bowl in his fucking own stadium?
Yeah, that was pretty cool too.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't.
What if
No, it
hey,
wasn't.
what if I told you guys?
What?
What if I told you guys you don't have to give a shit about football the rest of the year? Like you just don't have to.
I don't. That's why
I don't.
I'd be fine if the 49ers won because I'm not
I don't
emotionally
understand
invested in
what Todd
this.
said.
You
What?
just don't have to care about it. You've got hate in your heart. You're letting it consume you.
Ice in your veins.
You're just
Wayne.
like just do Sunday. Maybe go for a walk.
Huh.
No. Watch the game.
I don't know, Todd. I'm not. You're saying words, and they sound like words I should know, but no, I don't get it. I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, that's
Sorry.
it's on you.
Yeah,
That might
is
be a brain
that is
injury.
my baggage, baby.
Should get a CTE scan.
Them.
Can we talk about anything
I am
else? Because I can't
packaging-
fucking keep watching Jacob just ramble on about people I've never heard about in the fucking chat. I assume they play for the Eagles. There's got to be something else we could talk about.
We do have something else we could talk about. We can see the winners of our 2022 Lombardis. Would you like to see those?
No, because it's going to be like Todd, and then a few rewards later, Todd. and a few
Okay,
rewards
I
later,
will.
Todd.
Let me spoil this one. Let me spoil this one right away because I didn't make a presentation for it. Todd won again. That's it. We're not.
I'm
gonna
pretty
move on.
That's
sure-
a three-peat.
Move on to
I'm
that.
pretty sure that it's because
Print the shirts.
He puts more effort in outside the show than we do. He sucks up to people. That's what I'm gonna put it to.
Yeah, he campaigns
Yeah.
year round.
How many
How
people
did
how many people in the chat do you text?
1, 2, like outside of any group chats that I have. 1, 2 counting Jacob.
3. I'm gonna give
And
you 4 people. I'm just gonna assume 4.
Guess how many? Guess how many votes Todd won by? 3.
7.
So,
Wait, we got votes though?
you, me, and Nick all got at least 1 vote.
Hey, good job, guys.
Improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done, guys.
Thank you, Emma. I do.
Next
I
year,
do
I'm gonna make
appreciate
you guys
making
get
it
all
worth
the
it.
interviews, and I'm done.
Hey,
all on Todd from now on.
Look, I've always credited you guys for being the ones that make it go. I'm just clearly a better face for the program and more
No,
entertaining.
you've had
on
some
here.
good. You've had some good meme.
Jimmy,
ideas, too.
Jimmy, you've carried our Twitter this year. You got us some solid interviews. Dan, you do the other shit that we don't like to do, like
set up every show,
starting every show.
and all the StreamYard stuff.
You can tell the
as
couple of weeks. You can tell the couple of weeks that I had to do it because it's just like Lombardi's bar. There's a show, and when Dan does it, it's actually put together. There's a description. People know what's going on. So
No, I am
out.
giving you shit. The show would not, and the show would not be the same without Todd. You bring a unique energy that literally no other human could bring. And
here's
I'll
what
give
I
you
want to
that.
know.
As much
Here's
as
what I want to know: who voted for Nick?
Yeah, no one fucking should have. Probably Jacob. Oh, that guy. Of course.
That guy.
God damn it.
I respect it though, honestly. His
All right,
one fucking producer. That's the thing. We did the whole season without a producer. That's pretty good.
I mean, to be fair, we did the whole first season without a producer.
Yeah, that season was ass.
That season did kind of suck.
But we had a lot of players on that one. That was a good one.
We did.
Then they realized I'm never going back on that show.
So for this one, most valuable player. Typically, every year we call this the non-Aaron Rodgers award because Aaron Rodgers was usually the MVP. He was not this year, so it got to be a very open-ended discussion. How would you guys vote on this one? Who is your MVP of the season?
It has to be Aaron Jones.
I don't know, like production wise, I don't think I'm going the right direction, but I'm going to say Keshawn Nixon because when he came in, that the Cowboys game was the turning point. And when he replaced Amari Rodgers, that was the turning point in that game. And it was kind of like that was the game that gave this team the confidence to know like they can beat people and they can play with other people.
Was that Nixon's game or was that was a Watson game though? Like I think Watson
had a great game, but that when Nixon came in, more or less when Amari went out, that's like you felt the change in the team at that point. And I think from there, that was kind of where, special teams definitely like them not being a huge liability definitely push them forward.
Okay. Well, I won't hold you in suspense because it was a pretty straightforward vote because it was Aaron Jones was your 2022 most valuable player as voted by our fans and by a wide margin, I should say. I don't believe Nixon got a vote for most valuable player.
I would guess not. I don't
mean Watson and Jones. I think Watson got like a vote.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is most likely the right answer on that. I think, just I would just burn that vote just to put Nixon in the conversation, but Aaron Jones is the right answer.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. If he wasn't on the team, we'd have
there'd be nothing.
Three less wins, 4 less wins.
Well, I mean, right there.
Half a dozen less fumbles.
That's fair. That's the one thing he needs to fucking fix next year, though. It's always those fumbles, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came. I know he did it in the past, like, especially in big moments, that Buccaneers game, all that shit, but he should not. This year was bad for those fumbles.
What about unsung hero? Who's your unsung hero for the 2022 season?
I gotta go John Runyon.
Oh,
it's a good answer.
Solid part of the offensive line all season. They moved him halfway through the year, didn't miss any time. He was literally probably the most solid part of the offense. If you take the whole season as a whole, that offensive line, he's the one that was always there.
Okay, big ups for John Runyon.
I want to go Nixon, but because I just did that, I'm gonna go Quay. Seeing the growth of Quay throughout the year, and especially having him in there when Dre went down, kind of forced him into that a little bit more. Obviously, some things to clean up and fix going forward, but without him, I mean, this defense that looked putrid at times would have been even worse.
Yeah. I agree. I think Quay's a good one. But you probably should have stuck with your original one there, Todd, because I'm sorry, this is the wrong one. No, there were I forgot. This one was a 7-way tie. Everyone got exactly one vote on this one. So Jimmy was right with John Runyon, but TJ Slayton, Keshawn Nixon, Adrian Amos, Mercedes Lewis, John Runyon, Zach Tom, and then the fans was also one. It was specifically for sticking around and watching this putrid team play all season.
That's fair. Adrian Amos is probably the most surprising on that list.
Yeah.
That is a surprising one.
Bad year.
Yeah,
It
it
wasn't
wasn't the
good.
normal, but like how much of it, and this goes into, I've said this before, I think on Pack Day, like if it was scheme that really fucked up Adrian Amos, even though he always did look a step slower than he has in the past, like I think it was Gage on the Sunday show was saying like they should re-sign him. They can get a good deal because it wasn't his best season, but why would Adrian Amos want to come back? If the scheme's what's making him look bad, he should want to get the fuck out of Dodge and go to any other team instead of play for Joe Perry again. Like I wouldn't complain if he came back on a cheap contract because he is a solid veteran back there. But if I'm him, fuck that. I'm not going to stay with the same coordinator that made me look rough.
Maybe it's different. Maybe it's different in the locker room. Who knows? But I'm with you. As a fan perspective, yeah, I wouldn't want to stick around with Joe Barry. Best Newcomer Award for 2022. How do you guys go for the best newcomer? Open crowd, open field for this one. Best newcomer. Because this is probably the first, well, it's the first year that we've had this where there have been literally this many newcomers on the team.
Todd's going to pick Pat O'Connell.
POC. Yeah. It's a good
old
one.
POC.
The good old POC. What the hell are you guys talking about? I'm torn between two guys. I'm going to go Zach Tom. Big surprise down the stretch, being able to just jump in, finding out he's starting day of game and just slide into left tackle and hold it down. I think that was huge for this team. So that's go with Zach Tom. 2 first names. Got to love a guy with 2 first names. I've always said that.
Yeah, especially on draft day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I feel like the obvious ones are Todd's mentioned them a couple times, Nixon and then Watson, but Rudy Ford, I feel like you gotta give a lot of credit to. He replaced Savage when Savage was absolute ass. His first game he started, he had 2 interceptions. He was solid whenever they brought him in there. Rudy Ford was a big one. He's a free agent this year, which sucks because our safety position is going to be such a struggle to figure out this offseason. But Rudy Ford is definitely a great newcomer we had.
Could you throw Rich Bisaccia into this? Would you put him up for best newcomer?
Oh yeah, for sure. It looked rough at the start, like Todd said during the preseason, and he was right for the first 6 weeks, but it looked good towards the end of the season.
It's wild how even like just covered, like kickoff coverage and the punt team improved after Amari was out, and Amari wasn't on those. Like
I know it was like a weird ripple effect.
Yeah.
Like you can understand the return teams because obviously you have the player back there that might actually take it to the house and you don't want to be the one to fuck it up. But like you said, it really did improve the coverage teams as well. It was weird.
I think it was a morale thing. Of like now it looks like once the special teams became a thing that actually was producing and had like some kind of good behind it, then I think it just trickled down to the rest of it. That
I think you're absolutely right, Dan. I don't think there's another reason for it. You nailed that one.
Damn right.
Great
Thank
work.
you. Best newcomer, though, voted by our fans was Christian Watson. Don't think there's any argument there. Pretty easy. Offensive rookie of the year.
Just keep that same graphic up.
Could it be this? Could you vote for? Could he honestly win this, or is it too little, too late?
The only person I could, in my opinion, he wins it. The only person I could see possibly winning it is Zach Tom, just because he played four positions.
I meant like.
Oh, the whole league. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay. Biggest surprise for 2022. Anything? What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah. I know this is bad, but I want to go like when we said biggest surprise, my brain went straight negative of just all the players that fucked up this year.
Aaron Rodgers being bad crossed my mind.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna go with my same one I said. I'm gonna go Zach Tom. Like him being able to he honestly is like the poor as of right now, he'll get better, maybe get to his level, but he's a poor man's Elton Jenkins. He can play multiple positions, he can put him anywhere. He's a Swiss Army knife. Obviously, the skill isn't to what Elton Jenkins was, in my opinion, his rookie year, but the way he was able to just adapt and play pretty fucking solid any position he was in was really surprising.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty easy. The biggest surprise is Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah.
I got one right.
Good job, Todd. Yeah, I mean, that's how at the beginning of the year, if you had said you're going to have one All-Pro, like first team All-Pro, and you picked any position on the field, this would be the position I would pick very dead last for a Packer player to be an All-Pro at.
Long snapper. That's another one.
Is there really an All-Pro long snapper?
I don't know. I made that up. Probably.
Okay.
It's on the team.
I think this is our last one here. Our best game of the year. What was the best game of the year for you guys?
Fucking spanking the Vikings. Nothing beats that to me. Just
pretty naughty.
Yeah, demoralizing those idiots.
I'm gonna go. It's a weird one because it was a loss. But the Titans game, I got to spend the whole day with Jimmy hanging out. We got to watch the game together. Good quality time. That was definitely the highlight of my season.
You're such an ass.
Other than that, probably the Cowboys game was my favorite.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The Vikings game was awesome. I was at the Cowboys game though, so that was pretty tight.
Yeah, but Titans game was the best game you were at though, right?
Yeah. That was my favorite day.
Yeah, we both reached for the brat. Our hands touched.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lady in the Tramp style.
Yeah, we both put one on each end. Just.
If you show me your sausage, that'd be great.
Seriously, it's not that big, man.
It's not that big.
I mean,
Jimmy and I were playing with each other's sausage. It was great.
Yeah.
All of Todd's bullshitting beside week 17 Vikings.
Yeah.
That is the best. I mean, that was the highlight of the whole fucking year. At least for me. That was our Super Bowl.
God damn it, Dan. You didn't have to fucking say it.
Yeah. I know as bad as this, but that's just what makes us fucking Bears and Vikings fans right now.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
This regular season game.
I forgot there was one more. I forgot there was one more. Best guest.
Dobbs.
Who was our best guest this year?
That Romeo Dobbs interview was different than any other ones we've done.
Romeo Dobbs was my favorite guest we had this year.
I'm gonna go with Kenny. I feel like Kenny's always just phenomenal to have on. He's a blast to talk to.
Yeah, outfield one I guess would be Matt Schneidman when he was watching the Yankees game. That was a fun one too because he had those random Yankee reactions.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. We had a great list of fans this year, or of guests this year. But as voted by the fans, it was Kenny Clark, the man who
another one right
has no idea.
Someone start the MVP chant.
Has no idea
MVP.
How to do lighting.
MVP. Sorry,
Easy,
Todd
Jimmy.
you did this, which means louder.
Okay, that's the last one though. Now it's done. So
Repeat. Print the shirts.
Just Todd's face.
We won't be doing that. All right. Well, I didn't make any bar bets for today because we don't really have anything.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
All right. Can I ask a question though, real fast?
Sure, Jimmy. Go ahead.
8 inches.
I can't stop you.
Fat Faster.
I don't know why that gets me every time. I know it's coming, but it's still. I should. Yeah. Anyways,
Gets your wife every time.
Keyshawn.
Hurry
Nixon.
up!
Sorry, Keyshawn Nixon. What priority number is he of signing this offseason? Number 1, number 2. Where do you put him?
I don't even put him in the top 5.
You big dumb idiot. He has to be top 2. He completely changed the Dolphins game. We do not win unless he had those returns. He is the spark of the special teams. We saw what it was without him. Why go back to that? We invested in special teams.
There were some big holes he was running through. I think the key is hold on to the ball and be fast. And he's very good at that. I think there's other guys in the league that can do that.
But he's also valuable for a corner.
Will you let me? Can I have an opinion on this or no?
No, unless it's the same as mine. Yes.
This team doesn't currently have a safety with experience on it besides Darnell Savage. So I think signing a safety is first and foremost.
Re-signing, I said. A player on the team right now, priority of bringing him back to the team. He's also your 4th corner. It takes one injury to one of the 3 starters, and then you have somebody else. He was solid at that position as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's out of the top 5 like Dan said. I would say probably 2 or 3.
We paid for a flash in the pan player like Rasul Douglas, who
we can cut him and save $6 million.
Had a good season. Had a good season this year. Was not what he was the previous year. All I'm saying is we saw 6-7 games of really good kickoff returns. Let's just pump the brakes just a little bit. I don't think he's top. I don't think maybe I'm a little. Maybe top 5.
If you can pay him like a 4th corner, hell yeah.
It's not like returners are getting $10 million a year.
I'm just saying, let's temper our expectations with what Keyshawn Nixon is going to be moving forward. I love Keyshawn Nixon as much as the next guy. Dude. I want him to be the next Desmond Howard. All I'm saying is let's just pump the brakes a little bit. We can't be throwing cash around anymore like we used to.
I don't know, man. I just think you invested so much in special teams. You finally have a good unit. Don't take away the spark that ignited everybody.
But like what Todd said, you can find a guy that's
Then why the fuck haven't we done that for the last 15 years?
Because the rest of special teams has been fucking trash.
Yeah.
What was the difference between when Amari Rodgers was doing the kickoffs to when
he couldn't hold on to the fucking ball?
Okay, but you even said when Nixon started doing it, everybody else stepped the fuck up. So why are you going to take away the one piece?
Because they had somebody that could hold on to the ball. How many tackles did Nixon break? Not a lot.
Yeah, because he was fucking smart enough to go towards the hole.
What did he do in the Detroit game when it came down to it and it mattered most?
You also, but at the same time, your strategy shouldn't be my kick returner is the thing that's going to start my offense. He's a splash in the pan thing that happens, and we haven't had that for years. We finally had it. He's the reason that Vikings game went how it did. Because the start of the offense.
So he's priority one because the defense did 1 or 2 games?
No, because of the 7 games he did incredible at that sparked the entire team. The Dolphins game, we wouldn't even had that chance in the Vikings game to still have the playoff hope if he didn't have those 3 returns past the 50-yard line in that Dolphins game.
I mean,
we're not saying we don't want him back.
Yeah, I would love to have him back. I'm just saying he's not the first.
I know
guy
Todd raised his voice, so I raised my voice.
You're just matching energy. I understand
it. He has to be a top priority, dude.
A top or the top?
Maybe top 5. Maybe
because I feel like
5.
you're changing your tone now.
I think he's 2.
I need to see
Who's 1?
I'm trying to figure that out. I didn't want to say 1 because I thought I might think of somebody else after I said that. Honestly, there's not that many. Lazard, like if Lazard would come back on a cheap deal, I'd say Lazard just because of his blocking.
Can we?
But
can
he's
we
not
do
going
a
to.
solid and can we stop saying on a cheap deal? Guys aren't giving the Packers cheap.
That
deals.
was my nice way of saying he's not. So Lazard's not coming back. Is what I'm getting to. He's gone. Honestly,
Okay.
Niesman or Niesman, whatever the fuck his name is, we're gonna give him that second round tender people are talking about.
Hey Jimmy, why don't you be quiet and let Dan, who just researched something, go?
The current Green Bay Packers that are free agents heading into this upcoming season, who I would put above Keshawn Nixon. I would say Adrian Amos. I would put Jerron Reed. I would say if he wants to come back and play football again, I would say Mercedes Lewis. I'll put Nyman up there. And then maybe I could get to Nixon. Justin Hollins is a free agent after this year.
That is
a stretch. It is a stretch. I'm saying
Jerron Reed's a stretch. I think we saw it.
Nyman's the only one that I would go ahead of him.
Yeah.
Adrian Amos?
No.
You're not putting the safety position above your fourth cornerback.
After what he showed this year?
I think you can find other guys. And honestly, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see Rasul Douglas playing safety next year.
I'm with Todd. Because then you can have Nixon as your third corner.
Okay. Pack only. We just hit the hour mark. We just hit the 60-minute mark, buddy. And we're just.
I just got it. This is my first episode with it back there, though. I just got it a few days ago.
He's been so enthralled with the abstract art that my Airbnb has.
Yeah, that plant. He's been trying to figure out what it is.
The plant is so oddly placed.
It's a fake. It's a fake. Yeah.
Dude, I've been scaring the shit out of Dez with this cutout. I keep changing rooms that it's in. So anytime she walks in, there's just
that's a good thing that I didn't buy that because I would have done the same thing to Kelsey and I would have been divorced by this point already.
She just yells, "Jimmy, I'm pregnant," every time I scare her with it. So eventually I'll stop, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Everyone, as we wrap up the show, we said this a little bit last time when we were on, but thank you so much to everybody that comes on and watches with us every single week. We are three idiots that sit in front of laptop cameras every single week, and the fact that
sometimes I have when I'm at home, I've got actually a really good camera.
That's true. You do have a good setup. But the fact that people come back and listen to us each week, interact with us on the show, be a part of it, it's really the only reason we keep doing it. And so because we fucking hate each other. Thank you so much,
all of us,
for the people that come back and watch every single week. This season absolutely sucked. And the only reason it didn't suck is because we got to come on here and talk with us and all of you guys through all of it. So
absolutely,
from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you so much. Do you guys have anything you want to say to the people before we wrap up?
You covered it great. Thanks, everybody. We love you. We appreciate everything. You guys tuning in and shooting the shit with us every week.
Same. Also, love you, Emma. Sorry for being mean too early in the show.
Thank you for adding so much.
No, same thing you said. Buy around for all of them. Honestly, it's it's been incredible. Them for some reason supporting our dumbasses. There's really no other way around it.
Yeah.
Shut up, Iowa Joe.
We'll be doing shows periodically throughout the off season as we have done in the past. So the best thing to do is follow us on Twitter at Lombardi's Bar, and also subscribe on the YouTube channel so you get notified when we go live. You can follow all three of us on our socials right there on the little yellow bubbles. But until we talk again, everybody, for producer Nick, still back home, for Jimmy, for Todd, myself, Dan the bartender, saying thank you so much again for watching. Have a wonderful offseason. Fuck the 49ers. Fuck the Bengals. And as always, cheers and go Pack Go.
Bye.